Hi everyone! In this video, we will recognize the relationship between the solutions of an inequality and its graph. Write the inequality shown by the shaded region in the graph with the boundary line y equals negative 2/3 x plus 1. We already have the graph of the boundary line here, but we'll note that it's a dotted or a dashed line. This means that the inequality represented in this graph is using either a lesser than or a greater than sign. If it were a solid line, it would be a lesser than or equal to or greater than or equal to. But because ours is dotted, we don't need to worry about these, and we will only replace our equal sign with one of these inequalities. And we can do that by using a test point. My preferred test point is always to use the origin 0, 0. However, in this case, the origin 0, 0 doesn't fall within the shaded region, so I need to find a different test point. So I'm going to choose the smallest of the ones that I can find. In this case, I'm going to choose 1, 1 right here. And then we will replace our x and y and use both inequalities to see which one will give us a true statement. So we will replace y with 1, and I'm going to use the lesser than sign first, and then we'll replace again the x with 1, and then finish the inequality with plus 1. We will be comparing this to the second inequality using the exact same numbers as before, substituting in x and y with 1, but in this case using the other inequality, in this case the greater than sign. Now let's go ahead and do all of our calculations. Negative 2/3 times 1 is negative 2/3 on both of our inequalities. And then we still have add 1. And we will be comparing this to the y of being 1 on the other side. Negative 2/3 plus 1 needs a common denominator, so we can multiply 1 over 1 times 3, giving us the fraction 3/3, and adding it to the negative 2/3 on both left and right. Then we will still be comparing it to our y of positive 1. Negative 2/3 plus 3/3 gives us a positive 1/3. And we will be comparing this to the y to see which of these inequalities gives us a true statement. 1 is less than 1/3 on the left-hand side is not a true statement. 1 is larger than the fraction 1/3. On the right-hand side, a positive 1 is greater than the fraction 1/3. This means that our inequality sign needs to be greater than to replace the equal sign from our boundary line, giving us the inequality y is greater than negative 2/3 x plus 1. And this is the inequality of our graph being shown here. There is a shortcut for finding the inequality or graphing an inequality if it is in the y equals mx plus b form. Only if it's y equals mx plus b, we can look at the inequality and know where to shade. In this case, a greater than sign means to shade above the boundary line. If it were shaded below the boundary line down here, then the inequality would be less than. This only occurs if it's already in the y equals mx plus b form. In this case it is, and so we can verify that we have a greater than sign and it is shaded above the line. And we're all done.